For much of the 20th century, the United States and Iran were not enemies. In fact, they were close allies. But today, the relationship between the two countries is defined by sanctions, proxy conflicts, nuclear tensions, and even direct military strikes. How did this happen? Why do Iranian crowds chant "Death to America"? Why did the United States withdraw from the Iran nuclear deal? And how did tensions escalate into open conflict again in 2025? To understand the present, we must go back more than 70 years. After World War II, Iran was ruled by Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, the Shah of Iran. The United States saw Iran as a key ally during the Cold War, mainly because of its oil and its strategic location near the Soviet Union. In 1955, the two countries even signed the Treaty of Amity, Economic Relations, and Consular Rights, promising peace and friendship between them. But the roots of today's conflict began 2 years earlier. In 1953, the CIA and British intelligence helped overthrow Iran's democratically elected Prime Minister Mohammad Mossadegh. Mossadegh had nationalized Iran's oil industry, threatening Western oil interests. After the coup, the Shah returned to power and ruled with strong support from the United States. For many Iranians, this moment became a symbol of foreign interference in their country. By the late 1970s, anger against the Shah was growing. Many Iranians accused him of corruption, repression, and being too close to the West. In 1979, a revolution led by Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini overthrew the monarchy. Iran became an Islamic republic ruled by religious leaders instead of a king. The revolution completely changed Iran's relationship with the United States. Just months later, radical students stormed the United States Embassy in Tehran and took 52 American diplomats hostage. The crisis lasted 444 days and deeply shocked the American public. From that moment on, diplomatic relations between the two countries were broken. They have never been restored. The slogan "Death to America" became common in Iranian political demonstrations after the revolution. Contrary to popular belief, many scholars say the phrase is generally used as a political slogan against U.S. government policies, rather than a literal call to kill Americans. The slogan reflects several grievances: the 1953 coup, U.S. support for the Shah, economic sanctions, military presence in the Middle East. It became a central part of the ideology of Iran's revolutionary government. For decades after 1979, the United States and Iran fought indirectly. Iran supported militant groups like Hezbollah in Lebanon. Meanwhile, the United States imposed economic sanctions and tried to isolate Iran internationally. There were also direct confrontations. In 1988, the U.S. Navy destroyed much of Iran's naval fleet during Operation Praying Mantis, one of the largest naval battles since World War II. Tensions continued into the 21st century. In 2020, the United States killed Iranian military commander Qasem Soleimani in a drone strike in Iraq. Iran retaliated by launching missiles at U.S. bases. But the biggest dispute between the two countries centered on one issue: Iran's nuclear program. In 2015, a major diplomatic breakthrough occurred. Iran signed the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action, also known as the Iran nuclear deal. The agreement involved Iran limiting its nuclear program, international inspections, the lifting of economic sanctions. The deal was supported by the United States, the European Union, Russia, and China. But critics argued the agreement did not go far enough. In 2018, U.S. President Donald Trump withdrew the United States from the agreement and imposed new sanctions. Iran responded by gradually increasing uranium enrichment. Tensions once again began to rise. In 2025, tensions escalated dramatically. Negotiations between the United States and Iran were underway to reach a new nuclear agreement. But diplomacy collapsed. In June 2025, Israel launched a surprise attack on Iranian nuclear facilities. Soon after, the United States carried out airstrikes on major Iranian nuclear sites, including Fordo, Natanz, and Isfahan. These strikes caused severe damage to Iran's nuclear infrastructure. It marked the first time the United States directly attacked Iranian territory in decades. Iran promised retaliation and tensions spread across the region. Today, relations between the United States and Iran remain extremely tense. Sanctions continue. Diplomatic relations remain severed. Iran insists its nuclear program is peaceful. Western governments remain skeptical. Meanwhile, conflicts involving Iran, Israel, and the United States continue to shape the politics of the Middle East. What began as a Cold War alliance more than 70 years ago has turned into one of the most complicated rivalries in modern geopolitics. And for now, there is no clear end in sight. The story of the United States and Iran is a reminder of how history, politics, and mistrust can transform allies into adversaries. Understanding that history is the first step toward understanding the conflicts of today. Please subscribe, share, like, and drop a comment.